They hit the flags and you should say, we'll hit the sign your doors. So I was like, careful that flag. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Did everybody have a chance to pick up a copy of the agenda? If not, it's at the front. And would anyone like to make a motion to approve the minutes from our January meeting? Thank you, Fran. Minutes from the January meeting. And a second from Paula. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we have approved minutes. And I'm going to turn the meeting over to Mr. Mann to give us the state of the campus.
Excellent. Hang on a second while I make a quick adjustment here for the people that are watching online. Whoa. I'm letting them see the screen that I have projected up here as well. So I'm trying to take things up to better inclusion. So I just have a couple of quick things. So obviously, here's where we are. The kids always want to know this question: how many days are left in school? So it's hard to believe there's only 71 school days left. It goes quick, and that's the thing that I remind teachers and students all the time is it's going to be gone before we realize it. It seems like forever for kids, but it really isn't. So, and I think last night it was a great turnout for the Welcome to High School. I think it hit home for a lot of eighth graders this morning because some of them were like, "That's really scary." It's like, yeah, there's a lot to go on up there at high school. So here are our current enrollment numbers that we have as of this morning. So we're pretty well maintaining. I think it's up 2 from last month. I mean, it fluctuates. It fluctuates all the time. We'll have withdrawals, but then we'll have re-enrolls, and it'll actually happen all the way through the end of school. So, but we've kind of have maintained off at this point. Let's see. So dates to know. As you stay tuned to your emails, I'll be sending out the reminders. But big one is obviously Staff Development Day next Monday. So please don't let your kids come to school. We have to tell them to go home. I'm sure they probably won't ever do that. The 4-6 weeks is actually a longer 6 weeks. It's actually 7 weeks instead of 6. But it ends on the 19th. And so know that that's coming up, and we're reminding the students of that, not to wait until the 17th and 18th to ask, what can I make up? Let's start working on those questions now. Spring break, the 14th through the 18th. Track season is starting. Girl tryouts and practices are underway. And so if you have a girl athlete that's interested in track, they certainly need to be involved in that process now. And the boys, this is their last basketball game is Thursday. And so then they will start transitioning into track season as well. Oh, tryouts today after school. There you go. Okay. So I was incorrect. So they'll start actually today after school. So it is. Yeah, it is. And it'll go, it's a process because there's so many different track coaches in the different positions that they sometimes will schedule. If they're interested in a certain event, they'll work with them on those specific times. And then the last piece, the student grant idea, I talked with all of y'all about that at the last meeting and received a lot of good feedback. So I've been working through, and I have a pretty solid outline. I've pulled in a couple of different educators from here and from Consol and from Jeremy Stewart from College View. I wanted some outside viewpoints on this. And Holly McBurtry told me that she was willing to be a parent representative for this. And if there's any other parents that want to do this, let me know. Basically, the expectation will be whenever we put this information out and we start receiving proposals from kids, we're going to look and see, is this something we want to support? Most likely the answer is yes. The bigger question just will come down to the money piece. But I think that based off of conversations we had last time, it's more of a question of if it's something we feel like is too much for PTO to support, then who are some people that we could approach to say, hey, we want to support this idea of a kid in the community. And so I'm excited. I don't know where it's going to go, but I think I'm just about ready to put it out to the kids and just see kind of how things happen this spring. It's going to be a growing development piece. It's not going to be perfect the first go around, but I'm curious to see where it goes. And it may turn into a longer term project piece where a kid may not have a finished outcome until the fall. I don't know. It depends on what they want to do, but that's what I want to see. But I've got that out, the outline out, just a couple of things left to tweak it out, but it's pretty well school community, the world as a whole, school community. It could not just be AMCMS. It could be the suggestion was made, why not at a prior school? If there was something at a previous school you were at that you wanted to help with, for me, the purpose is to solve a problem that is a greater good kind of a problem that affects the world in a positive manner. But anything within the school district, or it could be specific to AMCMS, specific to a classroom, or specific to a club or an organization. And then I can't wait to see what ideas kids come up with. And then their proposals, there's some questions on there for them to answer, and they can either do it written, or I'm going to let them do a video if they want to do, submit it through a YouTube video, or Vimeo is another way, another product you can put videos on. So that then it's more like a video chat, or a video blog. And so that way I'm trying to pull in more options. I know some folks say, well, I don't want to sit and type all that out and be judged off of whether or not I was able to write it to where people understood it. So if a kid wants to sit and video themselves and give me their idea, they could really use a lot of the visual pieces on what it is they're wanting to do. So I'm really trying to open it up, and before I put it out there, and I have some guiding suggestions, but I don't want too many examples, because I don't want it to be I think that we pigeonhole ourselves in education by providing too many examples, and kids go, well, I'll just do that and I'll just do that. I want to really see what they come up with. So if you're interested in being a part of this, let me know, send me an email, or just tell me. And I want to get this going. I'd like to get it going within the next month, and then see what I get back from kids, and then go from there. So that's pretty much all I have. There's as busy as we are as a school, there's not a lot extra stuff at the moment. So any questions or anything for me that anyone has? Yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the kids take off with this, and I'm hopeful that there'll be 3, 4, 5 of them that really find a niche and find a way to shine through it, and I think start to catch on.
Anything else for Mr. Mann? Allison could not be here today, but she did report. She said to email her or call her if you have any questions, and if you need any reimbursements, to get that to her, and she will get a check your way. Let's move on to committee report. We have book fair. Tasha?
Well, our next book fair is not until April, but Kara, Heather, and I did meet for this meeting with Mr. Mann, just to kind of talk to him a little bit about what we can do with book fair here. The revenues that we make in this school are a lot lower than what we make in the other schools, and this is really when the budgets were cut, what was that, 2010 or whatever, I mean, the library's budget was cut significantly. So the book fair is really, it's very important to the school, because that's the money that's used to buy books and make sure we have enough of the popular books for kids to read and stuff like that. So we're kind of open to suggestions if anybody can think of ways to promote the book fair. I know that we talked about middle school is very different from elementary school, and so we're not expecting to make those kind of dollars, but we do think there's other things that we can do to improve the experience and make more money. So if anybody has any ideas, that'd be great.
Thank you. Any questions for Tasha? Cat Slam, I have it on the agenda. If anyone has any ideas for Cat Slam for next year, please get those to us. We talked about that a couple of meetings ago. Cats helping cats, Tracy Nappy, anything?
I wasn't at the last meeting, so, but I don't have anything to add.
Is there anything happening for spring break?
My one girl only had that we did today, Christmas and waiting.
Okay.
Are open to do anything. I just have anything else. I think it was one of the things that made surprise if there's something.
Okay. Have you heard anything from the nurse that you have any?
Nothing recently.
Okay. Okay. All right. Evening parking, Rosemary, food drive. Oh, perfect timing. I'm going to put you on the spot. We'll go back to food drive. Have anything for food drive? So, Mr. Mann, anything on the food pantry?
Not right now. Holly and I met after the PTO meeting last month and talked about some ideas to increase how many students that we're serving. And we're looking forward to working through that. And I think the biggest issue with this is right now with this age group is just feeling of a stigma. teenage kid, carrying home food. And so we're maybe set something up in a parent pickup, drop off lane where we can direct back to parents if they're coming to pick up their kids. We're looking at those options because I know the need. I know where. It's hard whenever we talk to kids and they just say, I don't want my friends to know that I need this. And so we're trying to figure out how we can better work around some of those issues.
Questions about food pantry? Yeah, do you need people to bring it to their homes?
We may. That's look at it, and the only piece I have to do is you okay if someone were to drop by your house and what's a good day and time to
Because I
coordinate
think we
that.
would be happy to do that.
Right, I think that's probably going to be an option we'll have to look at.
Anything else? Teacher appreciation, Paula, what's going on?
We did, Sonic drinks, there's never a good time to deliver those, so most of January's, really went home with the kids because we had staff out on the particular day, so I don't know, might have to come up with a new plan for that one, but, we didn't do the Super Bowl, luncheon this year just because Mr. Menard or the staff planned too close to the same time, so we did have that, but if something else comes up, we'll put it out. Staff meeting on the 16th.
Any questions for Paula?
On the fact, on the 15th. Yeah, they're on that Wednesday. Since we're all going to be hanging out together all day long.
No, we haven't done a lot of staff meetings today. We've done them Mondays and Fridays, we've done afternoons before they go home, we've done mornings before lunch.
Oh, yeah, that was
But usually it's just one day a month. Whoever has birthdays for that month, it's just the last couple of times. And it may just be that we need to rethink the drink process and not do drinks and do something that can go in their box, and then it doesn't matter if they're on campus or not, they can get it. That may be a better way to go.
Yeah, it's harder with middle school and up because there's so many extracurricular things and pull teachers away too.
Shared campus.
Yes, and split staff makes it, yes.
Any updates on the spring dance?
Yeah, April 29th is the date. It's at the high school, and I'm to ask y'all for gift cards, whatever the drill is it like $5, $10 gift cards? I think it's a Mardi Gras theme. A lot of our decorations have made it into here. I don't remember what that was courtesy of whom.
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, that was my church, and it was our dance Saturday night, so Jerry decided she's gonna carry it over. And so we're gonna have a Mardi Gras theme in April. My husband's like, that's not Mardi Gras. And it's like, yeah, but the decorations are free and cheap, but some of them made it here, so
And we have a lot more than we didn't put up for yesterday. Like these are up because we had our Mardi Gras potluck yesterday. There's a lot.
You don't need to tell me, because I made 3 trips to
Yeah,
church
there you
yesterday to
go.
pick them things up. Anyway, okay. So there are all these cardboard people that are just waiting to go to the dance. They're decked out. So these are recycled and free decorations, and Jerry can't wait to decorate and get those people back in. And that was also courtesy of Terry Day, who owns Brad's Spines and Draper. She's the one who made all those cardboard people, and I don't know who made these, but somebody at Patricia Chulewski got it. Y'all know who that is. So anyway, that's the word. What did you say, the 28th?
Will y'all be sending out a sign up for?
Yes, Risa is in charge of that, and she will handle that, I told her.
Okay, thank you. Very good.
Okay, thank you.
I'm speaking out of turn here, but my son said there were some friends, or something,
just charge no admission?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because I
Do we
know
have to
part of the discussion at lunch last week, we had a lunch meeting, and part of the discussion was, well, if you fool with $3, I know they were gonna reduce it to $3, but again, I'm in charge of food, so I try not to. This is what I gathered from one ear. Okay, so if you do $3, then you got the issue of the ones. But then on the other hand, if you do $5, then they were like, well, we'll just give everybody a snack. And it's like, no, so I think we went back to $3, but do y'all want us to work it out? Is there some kind of way we can work it out to where it's free?
I mean, I said, I don't, when I found out that my son that people weren't going because they couldn't find the tickets, I wished I would have known, because I would have bought tickets for those kids. And I'd rather give
Exactly.
money for kids to come than money for gift cards. Because
I
my son
agree.
didn't even know there were gift cards.
I didn't know there were gift cards and I was at the dance.
And they could so much.
Oh, you were at the dance?
The gift cards, I think we realized we hadn't done them yet.
Oh, we
So
didn't do the gift cards, we gave them to the
We gave them to the
janitorial.
janitors. We actually
That's
used that
what
money.
happened.
I just don't even think we need to get gift cards. I think kids are gonna come.
I agree.
They're gonna come and it's loud. I don't think they, I mean, I don't.
There's
know
no
dogs are
point in
treated fairly.
doing organization at the dance, let them run around like, oh, let me see.
I'd rather
play
give a
basketball.
donation than let, I mean, if it's not in the budget, I'll give a donation for kids to come.
Hey,
I'd
can I
rather all
ask-
kids
And
to
I
come.
don't think what the big deal is if we lose a few $100s.
The money that we raise, okay, so we put out the money for the DJ.
Yes.
What else are we putting out money for at that dance?
Well, initially the food, but that comes back.
And police. Okay, so the
And
money that we're
police
getting
and
in,
janitorial.
and then the janitorial. So the money that we're getting in with those kids coming, the $3, $5, whatever it is that they're paying in the door, is that reimbursing for the money that's being spent out for something, or is that just extra that's going back into?
You know what, I'm bummed because I didn't bring that piece of paper that showed what we spent.
And I didn't mean to start a whole conversation.
No,
I think
that's
you
what
have
I'm
to
starting.
pay for, like, they might make like $200 or $300
Yeah,
in the
it's
day.
not a huge
It's not huge.
It's to
But
cover
it's
its expenses.
Right, it's not.
But if we do no decoration,
Well, what about the DJ?
the DJ, she got a cheaper DJ who she's looking forward to working with because the last one didn't show up until 6:30 and had us all panicked. But the DJ, she's got him signed up, is P-Funk, and I think he gave us a good deal. But she said the kids will like the name.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway,
Anyway,
I think that's a very valid point, and I will get up. But is there a way that we can, stamp these kids in? Again, I'm talking, I don't work entry, so I don't know. But is there a way, because I know they have to check lists and make sure the kids are, certified to come in. So I'm assuming we can still certify them without collecting money from them.
what about if we just charge like $1? I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was
reduce
thinking,
it
to
to
cover,
$1, not
to
$2.
cover security and, because
I just hated hearing that.
Yeah.
Well, but we can jack up the cost of the snacks.
Or I was gonna say charge more for food.
Just
But you're still.
snack a quarter, and then.
No quarters.
No, not
No
quarters.
quarters.
No, but some of those, no.
Even
because
dollars.
those chips are 75 cents a bag.
So charge $1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
round up.
So that's what I think.
Mark those to the dollar.
Exactly, and then not worry about admission. I'm with you. I'm glad you brought it up.
I think if the money is there in the budget, it needs to be used for the like, I mean, some of these kids can't afford to come. And then you've got the kids that came and then couldn't get in the door because they had like violations or something, so.
But supposedly they were told ahead.
Yes.
So are we okay if we are
I
not?
think $1 is much.
Want to do it all?
Or he doesn't have the
I think you need to do something.
Yes, I think $1 is fair, and if we are made aware, if we have kids who come to us and say they can't, we will get them in. I mean, if it's a money thing, we will take care of the money thing, if that's the issue.
Okay, and then
But I
we
agree,
should we jack up the food a little bit?
I think if it's 75
If
cents,
it's
charge a
75,
dollar.
anything should round up to
Yeah.
$1.
Okay, make all snacks
So you're not.
multiples of $1.
Yes.
Even the pepperoni rolls, I think were $1.50.
No, $2.
$2.
They were?
I don't know, but I'm telling you $2.
That's a fair-
And our concessions, didn't have that extra $2.
Yeah.
So with all snacks,
They should be
You
$2.
get $2.
We sold cans for $1. We sold Gatorade for $2. And then, pizza rolls were $2.
are $2 or 2 for
but
4.
they weren't.
So I think it should-
They weren't
should
saying,
be.
yeah.
They will be.
And we should probably keep that consistent with athletics.
Yeah,
And I was gonna change some of those, I was gonna change
Yes.
some of those snacks.
I think the difference has been like, they're trying to raise money. It's been just to cover costs.
Yes.
So, but if we're not
But
charging.
if you don't
then,
charge the
yeah,
guy,
we can.
So we're gonna do $1 to get in,
in.
and everybody, I don't know anything about PTO and finances, so everybody moves on if the dance loses a couple $100. How does that work?
That's not next year.
Well, you're already working with $800 profit.
You made
All
$800.
years. You already get
Oh,
$2
really?
up.
Yeah.
I think that we're trying to get more
It made
kids to
$800
go. I feel like everybody says that not enough kids go, so like, if we can get them to go without them.
Yeah, I mean, there were people didn't go, well, my kid didn't go last year because I wasn't with the program and I'm like struggling with this older kid all the time. But, you know, we can make our kids go. Hello?
Well, it's something that, obviously, you don't want to take this idea, but they do other fun activities across.
Yeah, they do.
Well, meaning to perform and teach them some moves at the beginning. Their dance is on the 19th.
Oh, the other-
CSMS.
Oh,
And so
okay,
the
so
little
we can
Wranglers
think
are
about
gonna
the little
come
Wranglers
dance.
helping
Well,
us.
or somebody.
It's like
to
a
do
program
something.
to get them,
Something
to
type
get
of
them,
motivation.
otherwise they do just play basketball.
Besides P-Funk? Okay.
Be fun while we get there.
I'm
See,
intrigued.
if people have any ideas.
That's P-Funk.
Maybe there's some line dances.
Yeah. Well, I think that's more important than having these jazz people personally, but they say I'm important to this, so, okay. I got this information.
Okay. Good feedback, everybody. No, thank you, Tracy. Had you not brought that up, we would not have had this discussion. Thank you. Okay, any other questions or comments for Jerry for Fran, before we move on? Hat days. We are having a hat day this Friday. So be sure to remind your kiddos to bring their money. Box tops. Lisa, how is the contest?
Well, I think it's going fine. Angie's kind of been running point with Miss Miles, the NJHS, and everybody's collecting and cutting. Do you have a winner yet? Do you know?
I do not.
I don't think they're done counting, since it's a little bit more tedious since it's counting each class versus the grades this year.
Right.
So, are you still good with our pizza party, sports movie prize? Okay. So as soon as that's announced, then we'll get this submitted. And then we want to do one more spirit night for sure this semester, probably after spring break. Does anybody have a preference? Like, we've done Chick-fil-A for athletics, we did Chicken Express. As far as like, again, like where can the majority of kids get to? Do y'all think that McDonald's on Southwest Parkway, or it's not my personal fave, but I know that it's closer to the school.
Does anybody do like the devil eggs deliver, or Papa John's, or somebody that would deliver?
Yeah, if we're just going for profit share, sure, I'm happy to do that. If we're trying to generate kids hanging out. The Pizza Hut did do that.
They do that, but didn't they require staff?
Papa John's used to just do it, like, Hello Creek did Papa John's once a month, every Thursday, third
Okay,
Thursday.
I'll call
of the
them
month,
first.
And that was just what they did for
They
years.
still do a delivery thing too.
They used to, just
But
easier.
Papa John's, you're right. Papa
I
John's
just
did
didn't
for
never
sure.
know that they did one.
Couple
of those.
days.
Years ago, Papa John's used to do it every Thursday night for a couple of weeks, when my kids were years ago.
The double days in the Kroger parking lots. Yes, it was very interesting.
Well, and that could be either or, delivery or maybe there.
That's a good location too.
Now, we were avoiding Thursdays because of basketball and volleyball. Is there what's track? I don't know.
Track's Thursday.
Thursdays, yeah.
Okay, okay.
And Linnell or Coral One said there was a box of box tops in the office. Are you aware of that?
No, but it's gonna go to my kids' pride.
The office is trying to get a lunch party with you.
That's how I idea. Box tops.
Okay, I'll
So
do that.
somebody over
Okay.
there. Did everybody get the newsletter? Sue sent that out. Do you have anything that you would like added for the next edition? Please get that to Sue. Spirit items, Jill is not here. Bits, Rachel and Ashley, anything going on there?
I have some information.
Okay.
I found out a little trick via another PTO, and that is by talking to Chuck Glenwinkle. He can send us the parents who have released their information. So I have this huge spreadsheet of everybody's contact information. Okay. So when we have the dance or anything come up, I can see it matches in your people that maybe you don't have contacts for that said they would be interested in doing the dance, because now we might be able to find them.
Great.
Or whatever activities, because whoever checked the box that said it's okay for the PTO to have my information, I have.
So it's just like
That's
an
good.
Excel file?
Yeah, it's a huge Excel file.
Okay, Mary, let's go back to food drive.
I don't have anything on food drive.
Okay.
There will be a food drive.
Okay.
We will plan it. No, seriously, we haven't sat down in that we're trying to get together with last year's food drive people so we don't have to reinvent the complete wheel. And we'll get an official date to sit down. But, I mean, we're not agreeing yet, we will do it. We just don't have,
Oh, no worries.
I mean, we don't have anything to report to.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, we do have a vote that is not on the agenda. We have a request from a couple of teachers. We have one request for a stand-up desk and then for 2 folding tables. And the amount on that is going to be $350. So would anyone like to make a motion to approve that expenditure that Mr. Mann brought forward?
I move we approve the expenditure for the stand-up desk and the 2 folding tables.
Okay. Would anyone like to second? Tracy? All in favor? Any opposed? I don't know if anyone picked this up on the table, but it's time to let us know what you're planning to do for next year. As most of you know, you're in a 2-year position. If you're going to be staying on, it's really helpful to stay in that same position just for consistency purposes, but it's totally fine too if you would like to change your positions. Everything is on this form. If everybody could just fill this out and give this back to me. This is also for new board members who are interested in coming on. The nominating committee will be getting together and we'll review who submitted. Obviously, not every position will have vacancies, so even if somebody may not get that if they're incoming to the board, but if you could pick this up and fill it out. It's got a due date back of March 4th, because at our April meeting, we will be voting on next year's board, and then our May meeting will be the transition, where if you're rotating off the board, you would meet with the new people coming in and taking your position. So please try to get this in. The only thing we have to go by is the paper. So I will need a paper from everybody, whether you're continuing or not. There's a place where you can check if you're moving on to high school. No problem, just let us know. Does anybody have any other questions before we adjourn? Okay. Would anyone like to make a motion to adjourn our February meeting? Grant, you are a motion person.
say, I move.
I move, yes.
That we, no, your part was right too. I move to close the meeting.
Would anyone like to
Whatever
second
else
that
that
motion? All in favor? Okay, thank you. We are officially adjourned.